Well, podcaster, this is the last official show podcast of the year, and what a show it was. Of course, it's Friday, so we did Gory Stories. We got your second chance talkback. Plus, we also...
I thought because it's the last podcast, I'd play some sad music. But it's also not the last podcast.
I was keeping the vibes up.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Sounded like you're keeping them down to me.
That's rude.
Because you said it's the last podcast, I want people to know that there's still lots more fresh content. Even though we're on holidays, still tons of fresh content coming out.
I was getting to that. I
Oh,
was
okay,
going to say what
sorry.
else was on the show.
Okay, so I'll go back to the start, give it your best shot.
But it was so good before.
Well, we'll leave it all in.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's our last podcast for the
Belle,
year.
it sounds sad the way you're doing it.
We did Gory Stories. We did the currency quiz, second chance talkback. And it's our Christmas party tonight, so we asked what happened at the work Christmas party. But don't fear, because from Monday and every weekday for the next 6 weeks, you'll get a fresh podcast every day. Plus, our Christmas podcast on Christmas Day. So make sure you are subscribed and you see that in your feed.
Previously on Ben, Liam and Belle.
I went to public school. Belle went to a very Hogwarts-style private school.
Yeah, you didn't go to the canteen. Where did you go to have lunch?
We went to the Star Cafe.
The Star Cafe.
And now, live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle.
We got sushi.
You got sushi. I had sushi for the first time when I was like 23.
Oh, how good is this? It is our final show for 2024.
It's going to be a big one. We got the work Christmas party after this. Belle started pre-drinks at midday, so it's going to be an interesting one.
No, I didn't. Legally, I did. I haven't, and also legally, I haven't.
Yeah, I was joking, but now I think you have been drinking. 'Cause you got real weird about it, you know?
It is exciting though. It's a Vegas theme. I've got a big, big over-the-top coat that I'm going to wear. Liam, what are you wearing?
I'll be wearing my wedding suit like a tux, and Ben, I'm assuming you're not coming.
I'm not going.
Yeah, obviously. He never goes to
What
the Christmas
the
party.
hell?
Yeah.
Get in the spirit.
We all work together. We don't have to party together.
But you know, you want to like hang out and like get to know you a bit better, and you know, hey Ben.
I don't want anyone to
who
know
are
anything.
you
I don't
really?
want anyone to know anything about me.
I know, he gets dicey that we know his son's name sometimes. Don't talk about it.
Hey, because the work Christmas party is tonight, we want a bit of a cheat sheet of where people go wrong. So 13 24 10 is our number. What happened at your Christmas party?
Yeah, I mean, they always go wrong. We love doing this. We actually did it last week and we had a cracking call.
So I had a colleague from our head office in the States got a bit too drunk and got a bit too handsy and squeezing some bums around, so she was fired and sent back to the States.
Yeah, back to
that'll
America.
do it.
You've been deported.
Yeah.
Stop touching ass.
Yep, so that one ended in a deportation. What happened at your Christmas party? 13 24 10 is our number. We'll take your calls next on Nova.
The Ben, Liam and Belle podcast.
Ben, Liam and Belle here on Nova across Australia. Big night for us tonight. We have got the work Christmas party. That's why we want to know on 13 24 10 what happened at your work Christmas party so we don't commit the same sins.
Tanya joins us now. Tanya, what happened?
Hi, it was actually a director of the company, and we were at a Christmas party at someone's house. It was an after party, and he'd gone missing with one of the secretaries, and a few of us went looking for him, and we found a pile of naked body parts in the back of one of their cars.
As in,
So he was actually bought out of the business not long after that.
Yeah, and because the way you said it was like he'd hacked someone to death, and he was like a sort of Dharma
No,
sort of.
you
No,
just
I was like
did.
naked limbs. I was like, oh my god! And you called the police or the SWAT team came? Or no? Yeah, I get it. They were just romantically enthralled.
Playing a game of Twister.
Yep. But naked though, as you said.
Yep.
Anonymous in Adelaide, good evening. What happened at your Christmas party?
Yeah, so we had our Christmas party actually at the zoo on the lawned areas, and it was an evening, so the zoo was all blocked off. However, a colleague got a little bit too happy with the drinks and left the lawned area and took a a stroll through the zoo, which was obviously not allowed to do. So, yes, they got into big trouble. They got spoken to from the zoo staff, and so did our buses. We also had some pandas at the time called Wang Wang and Foony.
Very familiar.
And every time someone asked where he was, I was saying he was getting his Wang Wang out, so I also got spoken to.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, you just made a bit of a gag there. Yeah, I see.
Well, thank you very much, Anon. And from one Anon to the next, what happened at your Christmas party?
So someone got dared to either do a nudie run through the Christmas party or drink a concoction of different alcoholic beverages and condiments. And they chose to do the nudie run and unfortunately got fired.
Yeah, bugger. And what industry is this in?
The trades industry, so it was a plumbing company.
Yeah. I would have thought you'd get away with that in the trades. You would have back in the day.
It doesn't really matter, but was it a guy or a girl?
A guy.
Yeah, right.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
No, it was worth finding out, though, just in case.
Yeah, these are the questions we have to ask. Kylie in Adelaide, what happened at the Christmas party?
Guys, full disclosure, this one was an overseas incident, so hopefully I won't get anybody in trouble. We actually had a truck driver who decided to help themselves with a little bit too much booze at the bar, projectile vomited all over the floor of the banquet hall we were in, and then body surfed their way down the banquet table, knocking everybody's food into their laps. And the piece de resistance was they got pulled over by the cops on the way home, lost their licence, and therefore could not do their duty as a truck driver anymore. So that's my most memorable Christmas party ever.
Did you say body slid in the vomit?
He did lots of things in the vomit, yes.
I mean, and then someone was like, he's like, all right, I've finished power sliding in my vomit now, guys. I'm just going to drive home. And you guys went, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
Like, what? Take that guy's keys. You know what I mean? That's insane.
Kylie, thank you very much.
After BAFTA, it's the Ben Liam and Belle podcast.
Ben Lehman Bell here on your Friday night across Australia.
Second chance, second chance, second chance. Second chance, talk back. Second chance on your radio. Second chance.
Second Chance Talkback, where we hear some calls that we didn't get to earlier in the week. We did some fun ones. What was hard to explain to the nurse? Some great calls for that. Have you touched the World Cup? My personal favourite, do you have a job that you can't talk about? And there was this lady who was telling us about her daughter's job, and she didn't want to say it, but I think we all knew she was in ASIO. She's a spy for Australia.
13 24 10 is our number.
Let's kick it off with Rima. Your dad owns something that's a bit illegal.
My dad owns tiger skin, the complete body, and it has claws on it too. I think he just, liked the look of it. It feels very, very soft. It actually... It looks like a real tiger, just obviously without...
I suppose it was.
It absolutely was.
The answer.
Where did he get it from?
I believe he had it shipped from Africa to another country, and then he had it shipped to Australia, I guess.
Well, thank you for the call, Rima. And from one illegal thing to another, Jill, you also own something illegal.
We've got a one-arm bandit poker machine.
What does that mean?
Like the old-fashioned ones where you play the pokies, you press the button and it spins and you get like 3 in a row, 4 in a row. But the old ones are used to pull the handle.
Right. And you're not allowed.
Machine.
You're not allowed to have like a pokies at your house.
We decided to sell it, and so we're looking online to see how much they cost. And, you can go to prison for having one. So
right. I didn't realise that.
Thank you, Jill. Good luck selling that illegal pokies machine.
Yeah, we'll have to come over for a slap.
Tom in Adelaide, why'd your boss get fired?
So he was doing a bit of a cheeky at the supermarket. He was in charge and he had access to the discount machine. So he'd go around, do his shop, get to the front, mark it all down by 70% and whack it through.
70% is quite a hefty discount.
It certainly is. It sounds like Icarus flew too close to the sun on that one. Tom, thank you.
He flew too close to the hot chicken counter and burst into flames.
Nellie in Adelaide, you're a nurse.
I am, yes.
What was hard to explain to you?
Well, this was a long time ago in my very first couple of months of nursing, and we're having a handover, and there was a 60-year-old gentleman in the bed, and they said, "Oh, Veggie Soup Man's back." And I said, "I've got no idea what that means." And they said, "Read his notes." So he was admitted, this lovely 60-year-old man, because he got drunk with his mates and they'd shoved a potato up his bum and he had to have it surgically removed. I went, "Oh, my God, who does that?" And they said, "It gets better. Read his previous admission." And his previous admission, he just says, "Get drunk with my mates and they've shoved a turnip up his bum."
Oh, man.
And
He's going to get better mates.
Oh, that's what we said. And then the previous admission to that, he got drunk with his mates and they'd shoved a carrot up his ass. They couldn't get it out, so we believed he was trying to make a soup.
But, I mean, I know this isn't true,
Veggie
but, like,
soup thin.
but what if his mates were doing
I
And
strongly
what
doubt
if-
that.
and, 60-year-old men getting around, getting drunk together and then shoving vegetables.
Yeah. Now, boys, I will have you over for the game, but no one's bringing parsnips this time, okay? I know what you guys are like, all right? I don't want any bar of it.
All right, third time, that's on me for falling asleep.
Come on, man. Wow.
You're listening to Len, Beam and Lel.
You're on Nova. It is a Friday night. You're hanging out with Ben, Liam and Belle, and we have got 300K to give away.
Currency quiz! Claire and Sydney, what would you do with 300,000?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know.
It'd be a hell of a Christmas now, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, you could spend it on a yacht in the south of France, perhaps. I don't know. Well, let's kick into this quiz. There is 3 questions. If you can get them all right, you win 300K. In what currency? We don't know yet. We'll get to that at the end. Not really important. Hey, look, Meta suffered a major outage with thousands of people across the globe reporting issues. Can you name a social media app?
Facebook.
Very good. For the first time, Bali came out on top in the World Travel Awards Most Romantic Destination for 2024. What beach accessory did Chappelle Corby use to smuggle cannabis into Indonesia?
Was it a boogie board?
It was. No intention of actually doing any good, honest boogie boarding in Indonesia. No, I think she was just going to get blazed there. Hey, in the famous 2000 movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which famous actor plays the Grinch?
Oh, that would be Jim Carrey.
Oh, my God.
Bang! 100K for each question you got right. Claire, shall we find out what currency you'll be receiving those thousands in?
Oh, I sure hope it's US dollars.
It'd be pretty good. You'd take euros or pounds as well. Hey, even Australian dollars are better than a kick in the shins.
Well, look, we don't get to choose. We do have to spin the digital wheel.
Claire and Sydney, for the last currency quiz of the year, you have won yourself 300,000 Uzbekistani som.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's one of the stans. I think it's just above Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan there.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Do you want us to convert that for you?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it.
Right, okay.
Well,
that is approximately $36.40 Australian.
Perfect. That'll get dinner for me tonight.
absolutely.
That's the spirit.
Thank you so much, guys.
You're the goat. You're the goat, Claire. Or you could buy a house in Uzbekistan. So there's always that as well. Just
either.
I don't know if you could.
Probably not. No.
No, I think it would be a lot more than
I
that.
was
It
just
doesn't mean 300,000 equals 300,000.
I understand how money works. I was just trying to make it sound a bit better for Claire.
Good job, Claire.
Have a great Friday night.
You like that feeling in your ear holes? That's the Ben, Liam and Belle podcast. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
You're on Nova with Ben, Liam and Belle across Australia. Only 12 more sleeps to go until Christmas. And I would love to know on 13, 24, 10, what did you buy that your partner doesn't know about? Because I have now done my Christmas shopping. And whilst I was doing it, I did buy myself a secret Christmas present.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got $400 worth of Pokemon cards.
The hell? $400. How much does that get you?
$400 worth.
Yeah, but like how many cards?
About 12.
Such a
Some
waste.
were rarer than others.
Yeah, what'd you get in there? What's your top 3?
I got a Dark Dragonite.
Never heard of it.
Dark Charizard.
Have heard of that.
And I got a Team Rocket Sneak Attack.
Sounds weird.
And so what, you got 4 presents for my lovely wife, 4 for me.
Mm-hmm.
So what would happen if she found out about this purchase?
Mm.
Like, is this going to be...
No, she doesn't care that I buy them because she also buys stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Tit for tat.
Harvey in Brisbane, what did you buy that your partner doesn't know about?
Another PlayStation 5. I've already got one, and I've already got another, like an Xbox, like the top of the range Xbox.
But Harvey, I'm assuming it's because you got the PS5 Pro, right?
No, I didn't.
Why did you buy 2 just regular PS5s, Harvey?
Just because, like, the new Call of Duty just dropped, so you need double the PlayStation to get double the game time. Pro wasn't on that big of a sale compared to the normal PlayStation.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
That is, I mean, if I was Harvey's partner, I would be pissed.
Yeah,
That seems like a waste
It
of
seems absolutely unnecessary to me too, to be entirely honest. Taylor in Brizzy, what did you buy that your partner doesn't know about?
I went ahead and bought the Dyson Airwrap without telling him how much it was, even though it was slightly on sale.
Yeah, but that's useful, Taylor.
I know. I wanted it for age. I don't really need it, but I was like, I think it's on sale. It's not that much down.
Yeah, Taylor, I know all about the Dyson Airwrap. I was beaten down over 18 months and did end up buying one.
My wife really wanted the Dyson Airwrap for like I feel like it was a couple of years, and eventually I caved in and I bought her the Shark Flex.
Yeah.
It's so brutal as well because like our wives talk and they'll be like, our husbands have the same job. They are on the same money. They rock up and leave the same day. Why are they on Airwrap money and why are we on Shark Wit money?
It's the Liam, Ben and Belle podcast. Liam owes me $50 for saying that.
You're on Nova across Australia with Ben, Liam and Belle. Only 12 more sleeps to go until Christmas, and we have got a present for you.
Let the magic begin. In a place where the Christmas spirit is everywhere. I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas.
I made my family disappear.
I hope there's still time to fix Christmas. That's the spirit. Have the best Christmas ever! Seeing is believing. Merry Christmas! This is Ben, Liam and Belle's Christmas special.
I mean, this is just a live show we're doing on a Friday, but we have recorded a podcast that we're going to drop on Christmas Day. Ben and Belle, you both came over to my house as well as our wider team, everyone who works on the show. And let me tell you, you're in store for a cracking Christmas.
This Christmas, come on an epic adventure. From the people that brought you this show, a 2.5-hour podcast event, just in time for Christmas lunch. Featuring presents.
Wow!
You put it on after the shower.
Brazilian bum duo. Cream and
That seems like a bit of
Brazilian
HR issue there, mate.
Ham.
Oh my God. 5.852 kilos of triple smoked free range half. It's won a CanStar Blue Award.
Acrostic poems.
Yeah, acrostics are great.
the words to duckin.
Religion.
Are we doing baby bird style?
Feeding everyone now. This is Body of Christ.
And uninvited guests.
Dog's freaking out, so obviously something's going on. Somebody's at the door.
Hello, what's going on here?
Oh my God, is that strawberry?
Uncut, unedited, and in pristine HD audio quality.
Put your mic in your shorts.
Is that a mic in your shorts? You just decided it's Christmas.
You just love the
Sorry,
platter.
is mic pack?
And most importantly, you.
G'day team, Alpha Squatter Tom here.
I hope everyone enjoys their content creation trips.
I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I hope the Turducken is living up to everyone's expectations, especially Belle.
Belle likes to eat a meat pie. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Alpha Squad.
Hope you have a lovely holiday break.
Hope Belle enjoys that Turducken.
Available Christmas morning, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep, that's right. You can hear our Christmas special podcast on Christmas Day.
Should point out as well, the Alpha Squad is our secret Facebook page. If you would like to join that, you can just type in Ben Lehman Bell's Alpha Squad. Yeah, we do accept everyone into that bad boy.
Yeah, so just search Ben Lehman Bell as well, wherever you get your pods from, and you can just follow the podcast there. And then on Christmas Day, maybe you're driving to your family's house for lunch, you can listen to the podcast.
It'd have to be a long drive. As we said, it is literally 2.5 hours. But
maybe you can break it up.
Yeah, Boxing Day, sometimes people do stuff as well.
Yep.
That's true. I feel like 80% of that trailer was just talking about meat. And sadly, a lot of the day was that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of eating in it as well.
Yeah, there is.
We hope you enjoy it when it's out. You are on Nova with Ben Lehman Bell.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben Lehman Bell Podcast.
It's a Friday and you are tuned into Nova with Ben Lehman Bell. And on Fridays, we do this.
Ben Lehman Bell's
Gory Stories.
If you have a story of something a little bit gory that happened to you, we want to hear it. 13 24 10. We have a lovely bottle of Edinburgh gin, the classic, up for grabs to our goriest story.
This is a little montage of some previous gory stories.
I actually was chopping wood about 9 years ago and got my kneecap and chopped it in half. You could see my kneecap in half. The gap was that big.
And I was on a rope swing. The rope caught on my belly button piercing and ripped it out, and there was blood everywhere.
Oh, they still hurt to listen to.
Oh, I forgot about those. I've got one actually that happened in my childhood. I don't know if I've shared this one with you guys. I was
The eye or?
Okay, no, that's just an operation that I had to have because of my lazy eye.
I'm so sorry.
Rude.
I did not realise. I feel like I've put my foot in it. I want to apologise. Last show of the year. I hope we can put this past us. I certainly don't want to be coming into next year having this hanging over us, Belle. So I think we've cleared the air there. I feel a lot better.
I don't think she accepts it because she's giving you the mad eye.
No, I thought she was giving you the mad eye.
Belle, who are you mad at?
Or is she giving that dude riding his bike out at the studio the mad eye? I honestly can't tell. I'm joking.
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
All right, we're gonna.
no.
I'm sorry. I got to be carried away there. I got a bit carried away.
I'm talking about the other end of my body, my toes. When I was a kid, my older brother was running up and down our hallway at our house with one of those big containers, like storage containers that had the tiny wheels on them. And he ran over my toe and it lifted up my whole big toe. But it didn't come off all the way. It was like hanging by one side. And my mum was like, oh, just leave it for a bit. The other one will grow back fully and then we can rip this off. But in the meantime, just close it back over. And then we went like on holiday and a few weeks later and my brother was like, nah, I'm sick of it. I'm going to rip it off.
He pulled your toenail off?
Yanked my toenail off. And I was like, okay. And then I just had no toenail for like a good 6 months.
Yeah, that's a gory story.
And I
If
kept it.
You have got one. 13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz. After this, we're going to be hearing from somebody whose dad is a farmer, and it's the goriest story you will ever hear on Nova.
If you put on our podcast as you go to sleep, this one's for you.
You're on Nova with Ben Lehman Bell across Australia.
Ben Lehman Bell's
Gory Stories.
If you have a gory story, 13 24 10. We do it every week. Let's kick it off with Yasmin. Good evening. What's your gory story?
So it wasn't me. It was my sister. It was when we were quite young. We went camping, as we do. When you do go camping, you do marshmallows, you roast them. She leant it up against her knee. My stepdad went walking past her, tripped over it, kicked it up, and it went straight into her throat. So she's got a permanent splinter in her throat.
Yeah.
Like inside her throat?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a brutal one, Yasmin. Thank you very much for sharing your gory story.
No, but did the stick hit like the outside of her throat, like her neck, or it went in her mouth and like down her throat?
Would it hit her neck?
In her throat, so in her esophagus.
Yeah, but it didn't go down her mouth.
I was trying to work out. Yeah. For a second, I was like, "Oh, that's a kill shot from the stick." Yeah. Georgia in Adelaide, what's your gory story?
So I was a kid. I was quite young at the time, and we had the spa out on Christmas Day, as you do in Australia.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted it to be a bit more like a pool, and so decided to dive into the spa and cracked my front teeth, and there was only like a couple millimeters, like a few millimeters showing of my tooth. And we couldn't find the tooth anywhere, so everyone had to leave the spa. They weren't allowed back in.
That's a pretty gory story. Just to circle back, Georgia, as well, I don't know if it's like a super Australian thing to get in the hot spa on Christmas Day.
I was like, okay. And of course you want it to be more like a pool because you were dying of heat.
Yes.
Thanks, Georgia.
40 degrees. Let's jump in the spa, kids. Let's turn this into a human soup.
Ew. Pamela, good evening. What's your gory story?
Hi. Well, my dad was a farmer, and he had a high-pressure hose to clean the cow shed because he was a dairy farmer. And one day he dropped the hose, and it shot into his eye, and his eyeball actually came out of his eye, and it was hanging by the artery on his cheek. And he said he could actually see the ground with it. And so, being the tough farmer that he was, he just grabbed it and pushed it back into the pocket, and it was fine.
No.
It's a true. I promise you, it's a true story. He used to tell it all the time.
Pamela, I believe you. I just don't think the eye was fine.
I want to say I don't believe that the eye came out and he could see the ground from the eye.
It was still attached to the artery or whatever it is.
It reminds me of the cartoon Aru Monsters. You know that thing and it holds the eyeballs and looks around?
It's or a cartoon sees like a girl in a bikini walk past and goes, the eyes pop out of the head. That was just your dad. He just had an eye floating around. And I couldn't imagine he washed his hands before he plonked his eyeball back in either. He would have had all the cow crap. And, oh, God.
Pamela, that is a great story. Thank you very much.
And that's it.
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam and Belle.